Hello guys, welcome. This is for new players mainly, but this will be a shout out to some current players and some returning players to the game who do not have an idea of what to spend on in the shop and also what decks to invest into. So with that being said, we're gonna go over some of the key cards in the game that I think you should be spending your gems on and what you shouldn't be spending your gems on. And also, if you're a new player, what decks to invest into. Alright? So we'll go over the cards in each box. I'd rather do a video guide rather than a written guide for this. That way you can see how this all pans out. So Sonic Bird. This card is really good in Vendread decks and also has a lot of future potential. However, for the most part, it's not really worth investing into right now if you're not playing Vendreads or you're not playing some sort of ritual deck. I really wouldn't spend my gems on any of this. If you're a new player, I wouldn't spend any gems on this box. And you're going to find out that I wouldn't spend any gems on this box if you're a new player. But definitely Sonic Bird right now. Not my recommendation for you. The other cards in here, Summoner of Illusions. The only other meta-relevant card at the moment is Spear Karibo. I mean, maybe Magical Hats and Twister, but eh. Spear Karibo is the only really meta-relevant card at the moment. And right now, I don't think it's the best card in the meta. It's good to play around some things because everybody is running Cosmic Cyclone. So, if you're a guy that wants to avoid Cosmic Cyclone, back row destruction is going to be a problem. You may want to run Spear Karibo in certain decks. But again, you can get this if you're a new player for $5, a one-time investment. You get your one copy of Spear, you get a free copy of Spear, and then you get 10 packs of the latest box. So I'd rather you do that to get a Spear rather than to invest. It's about 2,000 gems right now with the sale, but if you wanted to invest 2,000 gems to get a Spear and then get the $5 one, I guess I could see it, but I really wouldn't do that. I don't think Spear Karibo is the best card at the moment. It's good, but it's not the best card at the moment. So we're going to go into the next box. This is a mini box, so they're known to cost substantially less. And guys, I hate to say it, but there's nothing here I would get into right at the moment. I guess the best card in this box may be Moray of Green and Mitch's Aura. But even Moray is shaky at best. It's not even being played. The only water deck that's being played right now is Crystron's, and they're not running this. Mitchazor is body at best, but there's cards that do the same thing Mitchazor does, but better. I really wouldn't invest in this box, to be honest with you. Yomi ship, I mean, you could, but it's not really that great right now. You know, Leviathan Dragon is basically, a meme card. That's what it is. Alright, so nothing I would invest in. Oops, we skipped the box. Nothing I would invest in at the moment. Next, alright, we're going to talk about Neo Impact. And the key cards out of this box, the best card is Mirror Wall. This card is phenomenal and has been a card that everybody has kind of wanted since the beginning of the game's release. Neo Impact has Mirror Wall. Mirror Wall is a really, really good card in the game because when your opponent's monsters declare an attack, it halves their attack for as long as the card is on the field. It's better than Hallucigenia because even if you half that monster's attack immediately, it will stay half. For example, if you use something like Alistair the Invoker and they boost it up, the Alistair boost will be halved as well, unlike Hallucigenia. But Mirror Wall is really good against Cositis. This card is a really good card to invest in if you are playing Triumphs. Me and my brother, Stephen Freshy, he'll back me up on this and tell you that this card you definitely want 2 or 3 of if you're playing Triumphs. This card outs Cositis. You can use it in the damage step. Masked heroes have seen an increased presence in returning to the meta. So Mirror Wall prevents them from using Mass Change since it will resolve in the damage step. When you're triggering it, that's when you should be triggering it. So that's when Mirror Wall is at its best. You use that in the damage step. Alright, so Mirror Wall, definitely the best card in this box. I would mainly invest in this if you're playing Triumphs. But you may not even have to invest in it because it may just be better to get this with Dream Tickets. Alright, rather than invest all your gems into this. Your gems should be going toward your archetype based cards. So for example, if you're playing Dark Lords, you want your Banishment, you want your Ixchel. If you're playing Triumphs, you're gonna want your Master, your Cruiser, all of that. Senju is the other card that's meta relevant here, but this card's only good in Cyber Angels at the moment. It's good for future potential. If you wanted to go in with a dollar ultra rare deal, that would be a good idea because for a dollar, picking up a Senju, especially a Mirror Wall, is great. The rest of these cards in this box, Flat Pendant is a meme for Woodland Sprite decks. Don't even play that at the moment. I wouldn't even play it. If you play that deck only if you want to make no friends on the ladder. That's a deck that will get you no friends on the ladder. So you want to do that, then by all means. But I really wouldn't invest in that. Magician's Circle, I think, does have future potential, but you got to be careful because spellcasters have seen an increased presence of play in the meta, and this could allow your opponent to summon their Alistair out of their deck. So you got to be really careful with using something like this. Gravity X Scroll was a card that was used ancients ago for a lock. Not relevant now. Vision to Zero the Rituals. This is a little fun card. You banish it from your graveyard when it's banished for a ritual summon, or sent to your graveyard for a ritual summon. It's unaffected by traps. This is good in the BLS normal ritual deck because if you summon this, you can make an unstoppable BLS that can't be targeted or affected by traps. Then there's Prognosticator. This card, when the ritual monster inflicts damage, they discard one card, your opponent. So that's pretty decent, but still not good right now. None of these other cards are good right now. Okay, next box. Mini box, Flame of the Tyrant. Keep in mind, mini boxes don't cost too much to go into, so think about those texts wisely. Golden Apples is not good now. It was a fun card before. It was actually really competitive at one point. So when you take damage, you gain life points equal to the damage you took. Then you get to summon a token with the attack and defense equal to the life points you gained. Venus is a card that if agents ever become a thing, then she will be really good. But right now she is not. Agents are not really good right now. Maybe if we get Exceeds in the future, this card would be really good because in the TCG you used to go into a card called Gachi Gachi Genetsu, which the card is an Exceed monster, and you could sit there with a 2200 body and protect itself. So you would use the 2 Shine Balls to go into it and stall on it. That's kind of how agents play in the TCG. You could also use a card with it now, Creature Seizure, and take your opponent's monster, which could be a really cool combo. But right now, it's not the best card in the meta. Sergeant Electro, again, this card used to be broken back in the day. You pin your opponent's back row and they can't use it. This used to be used in a variety of different decks, including Bandicoot Control and in Ancient Gears, way back when. I'm talking about right when Prowler got released. That's when. Legion the Fiend Jester, this card isn't really that great. It could be a niche tech for Dark Magician, but that's about it. Maybe Exodia. But again, Exodia is another deck where you'll make no friends on the ladder. Embassy the Afterlife's an Exodia card. Rigorous Reaver is garbage, and Tyrant Dragon is garbage. Another one card I want to point out is Warm Run. This is another deck that you mill your opponent's cards, and you don't make friends on the ladder, and Shallow Grave kind of assists in that. For those Taya Ancient meta mill decks. Wonders of the Sky. This is... Oh, I skipped a box, didn't I? Sorry. Valkyrie's Rage. This is an ancient mini box. Now, the only cards that I think are relevant in this box are Divine Wrath, Soul Exchange, Nobleman of Extermination, Xing Zhang Hu, and your Escape from the Dark Dimension. Dude, don't get Wild Tornado. It's been reprinted already. It's in the Ancient Gear Structure deck. Adhesion Trap Hole. There's just so many better options in this, I feel. But, for what it's worth, it does have your opponent's monster attack. And if they summon multiple monsters, this will trigger at the same time. So, it could be a nice way if they summon 2 monsters at the same time. to be able to half both. I don't think it's the best card at the moment, but it is interesting. Definitely give it that. It's an interesting card. Um, what else? Um, so let's talk about the cards I mentioned. Divine Wrath. Divine Wrath is a really good card. Seen in play in Parshath engines. You discard one card, you negate the activation of a monster and destroy it. However, you can use a card called Ultimate Providence, which essentially will do the same thing if your deck is reliant around monsters. So that could work in replacement. So if your deck can utilize Providence over Wrath, don't go waste your money on Divine Wrath. Please don't. Alright? That's a lot of gems wasted for nothing at that point. Soul Exchange, this is a good card in some fun decks, and mainly in niche tech and Subterras as well. I know my brother Mike Tonic was using this in Subterras. You target a monster your opponent controls, and then you contribute that and your Nemesis Warrior and summon your Umstrix. You can also use this to tribute summon Steiger Kraken from the hand, or if you have a monster on your field already, summon your Umstrix. So that's an niche tech and Subterras. Nobleman of Extermination. This card is a really underrated card in my opinion. This card, select, destroy, remove from play one face down smaller trap. If it was a trap, both players must remove all copies from that card from their deck. So, if you destroy their floodgate trap hole with this card, they lose all their floodgates. So they have no more floodgates in their deck. Same with Wall Disruption and with any other trap card like Canadia and whatever. So this could be a good card against some really heavy back row strategies. A lot of people are running 3 floodgates now. I still don't recommend you invest in this though because this still isn't that great. It's not as good as Cosmic Cyclone, but if you have like $1 on the side and you want to go for the dollar deal, this card definitely has a lot of potential in a back row format. I think this card is very underrated. And then Escape from the Dark Dimension. This card target one of your banished dark monsters, special summon it. When it leaves the field, you destroy that target. So this could be good if you want to banish Desperado. It's not the best card at the moment, but could be interesting for some strategies. And then I just want to bring up one more card that I just realized. Dimensional Alchemist. This card was used at the TCG a lot as Dimensional Monarchs. So you would banish the top card of your deck from play to give it 500. And then, since that's banished, since when this card is destroyed, you get to select a remove from play monster and add it to your hand. So you would add a Monarch and then be able to use that engine. Not really good at the moment, but it could be useful. I don't think it's really that great in Metaphyst. I know YT Dan was using it, and he's a fantastic duelist. So, definitely take his word on a lot of things as well. He's fantastic. Go check his channel out. Burning Land. This destroys all field spells on the field. This does not target, and each standby phase, everybody takes 500 during that player's standby phase. So, again, another card that you don't want to make friends with. This could be good against Triamids because it doesn't target, so they can't really protect the field. So, niche techs. If Triamids ever become the absolute dominant deck, like then maybe some people will start taking this. I don't know. Triamids, in my opinion, are a high tier 2, tier 1 deck. So, I wouldn't get that for Triamids, but there's a lot of other better cards to run than this. But anyway, on to the next pack. Wonders of the Sky. You have the Atmosphere, Desert Twister. There's really nothing here that you want to invest in. Summon Skull for that meme. Summon Skull, either the Synchro or the Fusion. Yeah, don't bother with this card. It's not good. Don't bother with this box at all. It's not good. But I will bring up one thing though. Just one little note. Localized Tornado and Different Dimension Gate. Different Dimension Gate has seen some play in Fortune Ladies. On and off. Because you can banish light in your opponent's monster. So it's interesting. It's solid removal. And then you have Localized Tornado. Shuffle all cards from your hand and graveyard into the deck. This can be used in like mat farming. So if you're trying to go for a certain mat, you want to spam this card. And then, spam that particular monster. So to get a mat, so like Plasma, whatever. Blue Eyes, mat, whatever you want to do. And then you have One more card is a Pointer of the Lotus. Now this card's actually really interesting, I think, because you pay 2,000 life points, reveal all cards in your hand, and then look at your opponent's hand and select one card, remove that card for play until your opponent's end phase. I mean, this is like a poor man's confiscation. If you've ever played the TCG, you know what that card is. I mean, you could snipe out their strategy for that turn, potentially ending their turn, but in today's game, we have multiple resources. Most decks aren't, don't rely too much on one card to start up their deck and to finish their deck. Most well-constructed decks have multiple cards to use. But this could also trigger a skill like Destiny Draw. There's just so many better options in my opinion, but, it's a card you could look at. Next main box is Chaotic Compliance. And the card that jumps out to me immediately is Gale Lizard. Right? This card was used in Kawaki Mero Neos SPK. You flip a monster, return to the hand, and beat him with the Neos and the Gale Lizard, and that's exact lethal. Magic Drain. I mean, it's niche. It's if you can make them negate their spell, and then they have to discard a card in order to use it. It's a good niche card. It's a good niche card. I know it looks kind of creepy, but it's a good niche card. And yeah, Gale Lizard's nice, but it's not the best card. I think there's better cards like Flip Flop, I think is better than Gale, but, Fusion Sage is solid, but there are better things to do than use this. I'd rather go for King of the Swamp if I'm going to go for something like this. Eliminating the League, not really worthy. You discard a spell to destroy a monster your opponent controls. Then every card in their hand with the same name is destroyed also. Could be good to maybe hit a Dark Lord and then destroy the same one in the hand, but that's kind of reaching. 7 tools. Wiretap is most of the time bad, but this could be good if you don't want them to reuse their trap card again. And it also triggers skills by paying 1,000, but don't even bother. It's not good right now. Land of the Titans, the worst mini box ever to be released. I'm not kidding. Raging Mad Plants for Sylvans. Obedient School, this card could be really good in the future. You could drop this for Obelisk, and this could also be good in Fiends, maybe some Fiend decks. Amoral Lease was played occasionally in Sylvans to be able to summon, normal summon a monster to the field, but you really don't need it now that we have Martial Leaf back, so, not really needed, but you could throw one in a Sylvan deck, I guess. Nothing else really to talk about here. The baboons are kind of useless at the moment. Oops. Sorry about that. Crimson Kingdom. All these main boxes up until next one that we're going to discuss are half off. Just keeping you in mind in that loop. Gozuki. This is the main card of the box. You use this with zombie decks. You can use this in Vendreads with the god I posted with your what's that card called? Nine-Tailed Fox strategy, and Buster Blader, the Disruptive Swordsman for your Buster Blader decks and your Dark Paladin. Otherwise, don't invest into this if you're not going for any of those decks. Zombie Dragon is, I guess occasional tech in Red Eyes, and Wyvern has already been reprinted, so don't do it. It's in the Red Eye structure deck. Dawn of Destiny. Oh, one more card I want to talk about in here. I just realized, is where is it? This one. Shout out to my brother Chopper 200 who started really showcasing off how powerful this card is. Demise of the Land. So you use this when your opponent special summons a monster. You select one field spell card from your deck and activate it. Now, if you have $1 deal and you want to go in and try to get this as a normal, this is a great card because when your opponent activates a field spell, you get to, when your opponent special summons, and that's happening all this meta, you get to activate a field spell like Necro Valley. Maybe your Magnetic Field. So that's really good, right? So that could be good. Spellbook Organization is reprinted in the Spellbook box, so don't do it. Visions of Ice. Other than that, yeah, but I really like Demise of the Land, so. Wait, did we skip a box? We did. Dawn of Destiny. Phoenix for your U-Bell decks. Tribute to the Doomed is niche. You destroy a monster in the field. This really didn't see too much play. It's an occasional play. Not really worth investing in. Sacred Phoenix only if you're playing U-Bell. And Cerulean. Illblood, maybe some future potential there. I want to tell everyone something. Don't buy on future potential. Buy it first on what you need to make a competitive deck. Don't invest on future potential if you cannot invest on a current meta deck. Dark Hexel Fusion. Card is nichely played in Neo stacks with Keeper of the Dragon Magic to make your Dark Cavalry. And then Super Rush was an ancient, really good meta card back in the day. But you could also get this off a $5 deal. It's not really that great right now, but this card was broken back in the day. When you target one face-up monster, you declare an attribute. If that target battles with that attribute, destroy that monster at the end of the start of the damage down. Now this card can be nichely used against Dark Lords, I guess, if you really want to, but it's not really. There's so many better options. Electric Overlord. Hello. This is a box for future potential, I feel. And in Marvel, I think that this card is really, really good. But it's a future potential card. Because Monarchs aren't really good right now. If it's Tribute Summon, you banish one spell in your grave, add one with the same name as the banished in your deck to your hand. There's a lot of utility spell cards out there. Cosmic, Econ, being able to use those cards over and over again is really good. For free, to be able to use them, that seems too dang good. But again, right now, not really the best card because Monarchs are way too slow. Treeborn, again, for Monarchs, I talked a lot with this card. You bring this back, you could use Econ to standby, take their monster, and then you could bring back your Treeborn, tribute Treeborn, and maybe go for lethal. But really good for that. Ninjutsu Water Transformation. Ninjas were really top tier back in the day when 3-star Demotion was absolutely broken. So, fun card to get, but don't invest in it. And Hamstrat again for Obelisk. Oh, one other card. Soul Transition. If you didn't play in the TCG, Magical Arm Bind. I mean, not Magical Arm Bind. What am I saying? Because I'm looking at this. That's fine. This card was used in Cleafort. I know a lot of Duel Links players are going to be, what the heck are you talking about? Cleafort was a pendulum deck that was used in a TCG. It was really, really powerful. Basically, you tribute your pendulums, bring them back. I'm not going to even get into it, but you draw 2 cards. So you tribute one face-up level 4 normal summoner sect monster, draw 2 cards. So this is pretty niche. Could help you deck thin in some cases. Might have a lot of future potential depending on what we get in the future. And Double Arm Magical Bind. This is a meme card. That's what it is. It is what it is, guys. Now, this box is not worth investing in at all, in my opinion. This is Echoes of Silence. The only cards you would want to look at in here, this has already been reprinted. Please, don't go at the Silent Magician Age. Just buy a structure deck, please. Limit Reverse and your Green Kappa. So Green Kappa, if it's flipped, target 2 spell and trap cards to destroy it. This could be good in some stall decks, but with this card, I think really comes nicely. Really does nicely, and is maybe a red eyes deck as attack that you can get rid of back row that way. So it's a warrior, so you can send it with summon slash. So could be a good attack. Limit Reverse for you Bell, you summon it, and then when you switch it to defense, it's destroyed, you bring out Terra Incarnate. Ba-dum-bum. Alright, next. Generation Next. For all of you who want, this is the last box that has the sale in it. This is the 7th one. The last mate, anyway. The cards to talk about here are King of the Swamp and Floodgate Trap Hole. King of the Swamp is a really good card to search polymerization, infinitely better than Fusion Sage. You cannot use this to summon Cyber End Dragon or your Cyber Dragon monsters. because it needs to be specifically those cards listed above. So you can't use King of the Swamp. But this can be used to bring out your Dark Cavalry, Floodgate, or Dark Paladin, or your Buster Fusion. Floodgate, this is the best trap card in my game, in my opinion. This card is insanely good. When your opponent summons a monster, change that to face down. If you have 25 gem deals, I would get Floodgate. If you can't, if you don't want to use your, if you don't have any more dream tickets, I would invest in Floodgate, because if you're playing a deck that at least can run Floodgate and has the room for it, unless you're playing something like Full Hand Dark Lord, Floodgate is so good at the moment. If you have spare gems, definitely go after Floodgate. Floodgate is one of the cards you should definitely have. It's just so good. It just does so much. It's really good. All right. Servants of the Kings. All right, guys. I'm gonna point to one card in the deck, and you guys should know, unless you're a brand new player, what it is. We're just gonna stare at this for like 2 seconds. Wall of D. When your opponent's monster declares an attack, all attack position monsters your opponent controls lose 800 attack for each monster they control. Activate Wall Disruption against Dark Lords, and you will have a good time most of the time. This card could be really niche in Dark Lord against Dark Lords. Really good against Dark Lords. Really good against a lot of different decks. Neos it can be good against as well. Just be careful because you can't use this on Cositis. Draining Shields. This is a solid back row, but it's not really the best back row in my opinion. You can use this in Hour Mages, but they're not really the best deck at the moment. Chalice. This is a good card. This is good to see. I think this will see more play now that Master Heroes are starting to come back on the scene. So you would target Anki, attack directly, and then they take the full 34 because it negates its effect to half the attack. Birthright. Full 32. What am I saying? 34. Birthright. Again, this has been reprinted. Please get the structure deck if you want this card. Oh, I don't want to do that. All right, Demock. Maybe for future potential. Galactic Origin. Saphira. Don't invest in that. The one card I'm going to talk about right off the bat, Cosmic Cyclone. Guys, this is the best card in the game right now. And I'm not, well, I don't know best card. That may have been a little bit of a overhype. Definitely top 5. Cosmic Cyclone is used in almost everything right now. Almost everybody is playing Cosmic Cyclone. You can get one with a deal, but definitely if you have those 25 gems, you should be getting these. You should aim to get 3 because a lot of decks are running 2 or 3 of them because you banish their Sanctified, you can banish their Invocation because those people who do run 1 are going to get gratefully punished for it. Really, really good. And it triggers all the skills. It seems like a lot of skills are getting a buff to 1,000, so Cyclone's getting better and better as this game goes along. You definitely want 3 of this. Infinite Void's another card we could discuss in this box. This is a really interesting card because you have 3 or more cards in your hand, and you could draw 1 card, and in the end phase you discard everything. This is really interesting because some people have started to take this in Dark Lords. If you haven't played the TCG, Upstart Goblin was a really big card in the TCG, suggested by player Patrick Hoban, and you would just draw out your deck. You didn't even care if your opponent gained 1,000. If you can exercise out every card in your hand in Dark Lords, then maybe you can even make use of this. This will make your deck a lot more consistent. So I would love to get this card, but I don't know. If I have spare gems, I would invest in this, but I don't know. Maybe this card could be good. It's also about making room for it, but I think that card is not a bad card to get at all. Could be good again. Could be good in niche decks too. Maybe you want to discard your hand. Maybe you should play like something like Dark Lords, but they're not really that. Dark Worlds, not Dark Lords. Dark Worlds, and maybe Fable, and random FTK shit. Random FTK decks. Random FTK decks. That could be good. Blades of the Spirit. Okay. Blades of the Spirit. Gyoku could be budget back removal. I mean, this, yeah, this could be good if you really want to cuck them. And they said Sanctified, you play this, then they can't chain it in response. So, well, and actually, they can do something. They can do something. They could activate their own Dark Lord effect and then chain Sanctified. So you gotta be really careful. Advanced players will know what to do against this. So this card isn't really the best at the moment, but budget for sure. It's good in Fire Fist, but they're not really the best at the moment. Parallel Twister, this was a niche tech back in the day. You would send one card, face up card you control. Oh, you could send any spell trap, and then destroy a card in the field. Powerful Rebirth, this is the best card in the box. You bring one level 4 lower monster from the graveyard, increase its level by 1. This is mainly used in Six Samurai. And Hazy's, YT Dan, I love you, brother, but man, that beatdown nerf really stunk. But it only takes one good beatdown to win a duel, but really the beatdown nerf hurt. And then Tiki Curse is like, again, maybe for sub-terras and niche decks and for memes with Tiki Soul. And other traps like Statue of Anguish Pat and contiguous traps. Okay, next box. Where are we? Oh, sorry. From Origin. If you are a new player, do not invest in this box. Please, it is very expensive to get a lot of cards that are for future potential. Lila's future, this is future and Volcanics ever become good. This, if Lights would ever become good, we've been saying that for years. And Snow, if Dark Lords ever become good. So please don't. Jane, the same for Lightsworn. Gem Knight OTK, but that's a very advanced deck, so if you're a new player, that's not for you. Trust me. Dojo's already reprinted in the future box. Do not do this. Please. The only other card that's worth talking about in here is Golden Ladybug and Volcanic Shell. Ladybug mainly for life point boost decks. And for farming. For farming. Yeah, this is great for farming, but again, don't invest your gems in this. Just use Solemn Wishes for now. Where are we? Resonance. Night Hunter. This is good. But again, unless you're playing Blue Eyes, I went back up to the box. Unless you're playing Blue Eyes, trust me, it's not worth it at the current moment. Everything else, Last Dragon's already been reprinted, so please. And Buijin are a future potential deck. Don't invest in them yet. Please don't go after this with Last Dragon. Please. Buy the structure deck. I can't stress that enough. On to the next box. Abyss and I don't know. So this is where we start getting into some of the moderately newer stuff. Abyss Soldier is a nice tech in Volks. So I would love to get a second one of this because you can bounce certain cards back to the hand. This could be a fun tech in Volks. I know my buddy Mario ZRG got cog with this card in this deck. Gishki Chain is a really nice card for Vendra. It's in any ritual deck that you play. So if you reveal the top 3 cards of your deck, then you can add 1 ritual monster or ritual spell among that to your hand. Also, any of that, you can change the order from the top of the deck. Those other 2 cards that you want, assuming you add 1. So it could be like a spellbook organization. So that could be good as well. But if you activate your Vendread cards, like your Evolution, you'll shuffle the deck anyway, so it won't even matter. Ties is great for future potential. And you have Mystic Piper, which is a decent card at that. Sea Stealth Attack. I used this card in Crystron's and got Cog with it. That's a nice card to use. It vanishes. Well, we didn't get Cog with this build. We got Cog with a different build, but we got 9 out of 10 wins. This card is nice to banish, to destroy your opponent's monsters. Can give Dark Lords a hard time, too. For water decks only. Call the Archfiend. Again, for Archfiends. Again, they're the everlasting future potential deck. And your alien support is in this box, too. But aliens aren't the best deck at the moment. Rampage of the Forest. Guys, I caution you going in here to invest in Sylvans because they haven't been proven to be top tier yet. They're still a bit slow, but they are definitely cog worthy. So if you just want a cog worthy deck, you can go for this. 3 Kuma Shroomer, you'll need 3. And then you have your 3 Marshall Leaves, your Hermitry, and this was tier 0 at one point, but it's not anymore. But it still gets very cog worthy at this point with the recent buffs that it's gotten. So, and Hatred is a card worth going for, but not right now. Dark Lord just got the nerve not to play it. Wait until another deck breaks this card. Maybe you can use an SR Dream Ticket in the future to get it. Valiant Souls! Anyone want to guess what card we're going to talk about first? One of the best cards in the game. I have it as a grade A card in the game, not A+. You flip your opponent's monster face down. So yes, do that, and then you can special summon it back from the grave. It does target, so you can't use it against Crusaders. It's good in Triamids. You know, if you could flip their, if like they go full ham, Gravekeeper turn 1, you could flip their Supernatural, stop it with the Master. Needle Sealing, don't go for it, please. Anki and Mass Change, we know. I'm going to start going through this a little bit faster. So we're just going to go over really key cards at the point. Yeah, nothing here except for Furhires, but they're not top tier at the moment. They could probably get Chicago if you really work for it. Widespread, not good anymore. Wind Up Juggler, nope. Crusader. Noble Knight Madron. If you want help with this deck, don't come to me. Go to Stephen Freshy. End of story. He is a master with this deck. He's a guru, god, whatever you want to say. This card is amazing because you can go +4 in 1 turn, so that's really good. But again, Noble Knights, I'm not an expert on that deck. That goes to Steven. DD Assailant. A really good niche tech to banish one monster on your opponent's field. Grand Master. This is a good tech in 6 Samurai. And Thestalos. This card is good in Monarchs. To take a card out of their hand, but not the best card at the moment. Burning Nova! Wait, we just I think we just over we skip over? Oh, we didn't. Okay, I did. Yeah, I did. Right, they went right to Burning Nova. That's what confused me. Burning Nova. Nothing else really going for here unless you're playing Gem Knights. Dust Tornado's niche, and your Haiku is good in spellbooks. That's about it. Oh, Gillosaurus if you're playing Synchron, but Empire Scarlet Vampire players, rejoice! You've gotten buffed. If you want vampires, I am an expert on this deck. Ask me anything you want. You need 2 Familiar, you need 2 Retainer, you need 2 Kingdom, 1 Vamp, and yeah, that's pretty much it. You really don't need to call it forward. You know, you could use, oh, you need Takeover Desire too. Maybe Desire. You can kind of get away without Desire, and you need Grace. Like, Grace is from an old mini box. It was from Resonance, but we didn't go over that card. So, just to let you know. Vamps are not really on the tier list because they have no out to Cositis, and they have no out to Ritual Beast Ulti Pendleton. But they do have non-fusion. You can use non-fusion area in them. And Miss Poly, so we'll try that out, Miss Polymerization, which can return in monster special fusion summons back to the extra deck. Mithra is good against niche decks. Like Mithra is good in stall. Gaia Genesis. I would say the best card here is Galaxy and Drowning. Drowning is a tier B card or tier A, tier B. This is a good card, but not really needed at the moment. You could shuffle all cards, their attack position buffs they have back into the deck. Galaxy! Destroy 1 face down on the field. Good nature gears. Pop your gear down and then go into your reactor. UAs are not really that great at the moment. And Kokai Barrows took a huge nerf. Alright, how many boxes Go, okay. Buster Blader, that's pretty much it for this box. Don't invest unless you're playing Buster Blader. That's all I got to say. Scraps are at the moment. Stardust Acceleration. Silver's Cry, maybe you get one if you're playing Blue Eyes, but I'd rather just use a Green Ticket to get one if I'm going to do that. Otherwise, Die is good for future potential. X Sabers, maybe future potential. And Undyne is good in Chris Strong. Stardust, again, a one-up, but it's not really the best thing at the moment. Could be good in the future, though. Black Storm Rising, this box is all about future potential. Cards of Consonance. Good for future potential. Good in Blue Eyes builds, some Blue Eyes builds. Black Whirlwind, whenever Black Winds get good, I guess. The same with Aura. And Breaker for spellbooks, that's about it. Dragunities aren't the best cards at the moment. Maybe we get some future cards and Belligerents for future. Belligerents are great Exceed monsters, they just need future potential. All about future. Secrets of the Ancients, Junk Synchron and Armades. Armades is the main card you should focus on. If you need help making that deck, ask me. Junk Synchron is a nice tuner, but not the best right now. Trapple Nightmare, there's better cards to deal with cards rather than that. But it could be a little nice card. Could be good against Dark Lords. But keep in mind, it has to be special summon that turn, which kind of sucks. One of the best main boxes to ever come out, has kind of taken a major hit in backwards. Diamond Core, really good. Kokai Meros with tier 0. So, back in the day, there's nothing really to go in for now. I would go into this box at the moment. Karakuri is not really that good. Hogworthy maybe, but not really that good. Tornado of Phantoms. The only card that's really worth going for in here is Tetherwolf and Trapstun, but Trapstun's a niche deck. Tetherwolf is fun, but other than that, Mistworm, if you're going for Synchros and Psychic Nightmare, they could be good. Psychic Nightmare could be good for a pop-up OTK. Absolute Inferno. Red Dragon Archfiend is really good against Dark Lord, so if you want one Synchro, this is the one to get. I really wouldn't invest in it unless you made a good deck first, and you want to make a Synchro, something with a Synchro engine to get Red Dragon's Archfiend. Cerulean for those ritual decks, but you really need 2 to 3 of it, so. And Dark Thrive for counter trap decks. Living Fossil has a lot of potential, though. And Bad Aim, not really that great at the moment, but could be good in the future. Skill Prisoner 2. Bad Aim destroys another card in the field when an opponent's card is activated, but you cannot destroy that card. So, for example, to activate Yugioh, you can't destroy that Yugioh. You have to destroy it like another nastiness. Or desire, whatever. Dimension of the Wizards. We're starting to come up to the stretch run here. Deep Prison's a nice card to have. You bet. Target their monster and banish it. This will not work against Cositis or the Dark Cavalry, but you mash a lot of cards in the meta, so it's pretty good. Psychic Wielder for Synchro decks, but not really the best card at the meta. Golden Castle's a meme, so do what you want to do with that. But they also have a lot of future potential, but I wouldn't invest in them now. They can be really good. I'm an expert with that deck, so if you need help, ask me. Lords of the Shining. Did we skip a box? I feel like we skipped a box. Warriors Unite. Yeah, we did. Six Samurai. This is the first deck that I will tell you that you could invest in. It's not it is partly expensive. You only really need 2 Shien. You can get away with 2 keys on. I can tell you, I've gotten away with 2 keys on for a while. You can get away with 2, but optimally you want 3. So keys on. We're going to talk a little bit more about this box because this is a meta dealing box. If you want to get Samurais, they're going to cost about 7,000 to 8,000 gems. Now, maybe a little bit even more than that. Because you're going to need the 2 Keysons, which are going to cost you about 25 to 2 to 3 Keysons, which will cost you about 25 to 3K each. And then you can use your dream tickets to get. And then at that point, you should get a Shien or 2. And then you should be able to use the rest to get your dream tickets. So it might cost about 8,000 to 9,000 gems to go to Samurai. Which in total, that's about what is that worth? You figure one pack is $1. So, yeah. So if one pack is $1, and gems are 50 gems are worth $1 each. So that would be just some quick math here. So 100 gems is $2, and then 100 goes into 8,000. That would be worth like $160. So use those gems wisely. But Six Samurai are not really on the tier. They're on the bottom side of the tier list. They have really no Attica. It's not the deck I would build right now, but it's an option. You know that they could well afford to get themselves to King James. But next is um, Lords of the Shining. This is a great box, only if you're going to build Dark Lords and Blue Eyes. This is a great mini box. Ixchel is disgusting. That's all it is. It's just disgusting. Um, this is cards you need 3 of. And then you need Dark Lord Desire. You need one of Dark Lord Desire, and yeah, that's about it. You don't need many more than that. Maybe one Superbia, and that's it. And then if you want to build Blue Eyes, 3 Star Ancients. If you're going to build Dark Lords, it is expensive. Okay, it is going to cost you over 10,000 gems. I'm telling you this now. It might cost you 15,000 gems because you need to get your 3 Dark Lord Ixchel, and you need your 3 Dark Lord, you need your 3 Ixchel, and you need your 3 Banishment, and you need your 1 Desire. So you need to get all those cards. That's not going to be cheap. And next, you need to go into, what did I need to look into? So that, next comes, Blazing Roads. The only card that's worth really going for in here are Metaphys Dimension and Keeper and Black Rose and Vermilion. I wouldn't invest in this box, honestly. Subterras are worth it, but they're not really my best deck at the moment. So, ignore this for now. If you have $1, you can go in here. Wait, whoa, we just flew past something. Guardians of the Rock. Triamids and Magnets. Triamids are one of the best budget decks you can. Actually, it's the best budget deck you can make. There, I said it. It's the best budget deck you can make. Honestly, I would tell everyone now, from my opinion, me and Steve Freshy have mastered this deck, and he will vouch for that. You are going to just enter the game. This is the deck to go for. It takes a little while to learn because you have to do many duels to learn it. But if you can master this deck, it's the deck to go for, in my opinion. If you're not going to spend on Dark Lords, go for Triamids. This deck will cost you about 4,000 to 6,000 gems. Not that expensive, since mostly the tech back row that you need can be bought with your dream tickets. So 4,000 to 6,000 gems should get you a 3 cruiser, your 2 master, and you'll be set and ready. It can work with 2 cruisers too. So if you only end up with 2, don't be too upset. You'll still get the card with it. This is the deck to go for, in my opinion. Magnets are also really good too. Let's just go back there for a second. But you also need 3 of the magnetic spiel. So you only need 2 Berserkion, but you do need 3 Alpha and 2 Gamma. So keep that in mind. Beta is free in game. Just get Yugi up to level 35. What's next? We did Blazing Rose. Curse of the Dread. This box is good for Vendreads. If you're building Vendreads, they're a great option. You need 3 Slayer, and you need, what else do you need? You need 3 Origin, no exceptions, you need 3 Origin. You need 2 to 3 Slayer, 3 Origin, and you need 3 Evolution. But Evolutions are rare, you should easily be able to get 3. 2 Battle Lords, and 1, where's Executor? It's in here somewhere, whatever, I'll find it eventually. But you need that, it's right in front of my face. Okay, so you need 2, at least 2, 2, 1, 3, and 3. Alright? So you can't build a deck without it. If you're going to go with that, you're going to need 2 runs to the midi, could cost you around. Yeah, you can build this deck around 4 to 6 thousand gems if you get what you need, and then at the same time you can get your Kishki chains via your 2 dream tickets that you will get. Really nice. Okay, good option. Cybernetic Rebellion. We missed this box. It was the box before. I knew it was doing something. This card, Crystron. Now, if you're a new player, please do not. I don't want to tell you never to invest in a deck, but it is very hard to learn this deck. It's going to take time and effort, and I'm going to tell you, if you're just starting this game, it's going to take a lot of effort and concentration to play this, because you are going to get frustrated at points when you misplay. So, if you want an easier deck, do not pick Crystron's, because I think they're the hardest deck to learn in Duel Links right now. So, please. It takes time to master that deck. So, but they are really good. I have them as a tier 2 deck. They are really good. And if you want to become a guru with the deck, you will get to outsmart everyone else in the game, and then you can play. Then you could learn to play almost any deck. But if you're a new player, I don't recommend it. But at the same time, it could be really fun. Mermelon not really good at the moment. All right, Valhalla Calling. Yeah, you need 3 of it if you're building Dark Lords. It can also be used as a draw engine as well. But Banishment, there's no exception. You really want 3 of it. It can work with 2, but you really want 3. That's why I say the deck costs 15,000 gems to make. Fortune Lady Calling. And by the way, that's around $300. Fortune Lady Calling. This card is really good. You want optimally 3. I only have 2, sadly. The Calling is really good. Fortune Ladies are definitely a top tier deck. I forgot to put them on the tier list. I gotta add them now. But Fortune Ladies are really, really powerful if they open up, but they can also be bricky, so be careful with that. But if you open up your past, and then you go Calling to get your light, Pastoral Light you can open, then you target, then you activate your skill to Time Passage to make past level 4. Then you reduce its level, target it, banish your light. It becomes 3 special water, draw 2, and then synchro for every. Or Black Rose if you have Fortune Vision out and you do that combo. Agents, not really worth going for it. Please don't. It's the pay to lose. That's what I call agents right now. They pay to lose. Maybe in the future they'll be pay to win, but they pay to lose. But yeah, definitely. Dark Dimension. Honestly, I think that this is arguably the best main box that ever got released in Duel Links, aside from the Kawaki box. Because there's just so many good cards in here that you could use. This is the box that, for new players, if you're not going to invest in tournaments, invest in this. I'm telling you. Alistair may be the best card in the game right now. I'm not going to kid you. This may be the best card in the game right now. Got 2 Invocation. You really want 2 copies of this. It can be expensive to get your 3 houses, but once you get them, there's so many different directions you can go. Gravekeepers you get along the way. Gravekeepers definitely get you to kick games. It's top tier in my opinion. And then you have Throne, which you really only need 2 of. And you can get your Supernaturalist and your Spirit and your Spiritualist if you use. Really good box. Really, really good. So, please, definitely, if you're a new player, that's the way to go. That's one way to go. Ritual Beasts. I love this deck. You need 3 window. Ideally, you can get away with 2. 2 ulti Paleo. This deck costs about roughly 6,000, 8,000 gems. Will get you there. To where you need to be, unless you're like me and never pull counter off. It can work without it. You'll see in my videos that it can work perfectly without it. Just rather with it. Buddy Force Unite is a really good card in the game. Chopper 200 broke this with Dark Lords, and you can use this in a lot of different decks. It's really good magnets too, because you can revive Berserkion since it's a Summon once it's been properly summoned and sent to the grave. So yeah, you can do that. This Wyvern again, Crystron supported. Again, if you're a new player, I wouldn't recommend it. Senders are a really good deck, but they're not really the most competitive at the moment. I don't know about most competitive. They could definitely get you a cog, but they still have yet to be figured out. They're going to be on the tier list. All right. So let's do a quick recap of the decks. Triamids are my number 1 new player deck. You can go for Ancient Gears too. That's out of a structure deck and Red Eyes. We really didn't go over that too much. Neos again. Those are structure deck cards. We're talking mainly about the boxes, but structure decks definitely go for Neos Fusion. Structure deck, that's the way to go. This is a great structure deck. Definitely, definitely buy two of these if you can. The Dark Magician structure deck EX allows you to get your Keeper of Dragon Magic as well as your Dark Cavalry, which are really good cards right now. Yugioh Awakening, I think Yugioh's kind of full out of the meta time to time, but it's a great structure deck for new players. Desperado is kind of full in its way out of the meta, but again, I recommend you go for these two, the Neos and the Master of Chaos. Red Eyes, again, that could probably get you the cog if you really work hard on it. Alright, so my top deck list. Ready? Triamids, 4,000 to 6,000 gems. So that does not cost you a lot of money to make. Alright, that's free to play. Triamids are 100% free to play. Dark Lords are 15,000 gems. They are not free to play. They are full pay to win. But arguably the best deck in the game. Invokes, right up there with them. That's 12 to 15,000 gems. Alright. Actually, no. You could probably build it for less. You could probably build it for 9 to 12,000 gems. We'll see. It depends how fast it takes you to get your Alistair. What else? Ritual Beasts, 6 to 8,000 gems. Gravekeepers, 9 to 12,000 gems. Yeah. So just throwing numbers out there to you. But definitely check this guide out. Triamids. I'm telling you guys, you will not regret if you start building Triamids and you get really good with them. They are really, really good. If you're going for Triamids, definitely get Mirror Wall, definitely get Floodgate. Those are two really good cards, and then Pulse is in-game. I'll show it to you guys. But you can get it from the card trader. If he has it in stock. He does not have it for me, but I'll show you can get it with an SR ticket too. Wait for this thing to load. Before we end this video. I don't know if you can get it with your special gift ticket. I know you can get it with your DSOD tickets. So take my word on that. Oh, you can get an homunculus with this? Oh, I have to put that on, but that's beside the point. Yeah. Triamids Pulse. You could run this with 1 to 3 of. I will post my Triamid guide very soon. I just started up the Discord. So definitely check that out. This can definitely be running 1 to 3 up, and it's very good in Triamids. You can use it to accelerate your strategy and to also get rid of your opponent's cards. So yeah, with that, Smart Rye, this long and ever grinding video signing out. Also, stream at 11 o'clock this morning.